Welcome to 843 TV. I'm your host, Will Wareham with WHHI-TV. Today we're coming to you from City Hall, the City of Beaufort. And my guests will be Nan Sutton and Stephen Murray, who are Beaufort City Council members, and Bill Prokop, City Manager for the City of Beaufort. So stick around for more 843 TV, where communities come to speak.
.843 TV, where Bluffton comes to speak.
Where Spring Island comes to speak.
Where Hilton Head Island comes to speak.
Where Beaufort comes to speak.
.843 TV,
where communities come to speak. Welcome to 843 TV. Today we're joined by Nan Sutton and Stephen Murray, both Beaufort City Council members. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, good morning. Thanks for having us.
Yes.
Absolutely. So y'all recently had your annual retreat, Beaufort City Council's annual retreat. Can you tell us a little bit about what goes on at these annual retreats and what happened at this year's retreat?
Yeah.
Well, it was my first one,
okay.
but it was very interesting. We basically made a strategic plan for 2 years, and
Okay.
here's a copy of it, as you can see, 2017 to 2019, and this is online on the City of Beaufort's website. Basically we just focused on, there were 5 goals, main goals, and it was interesting to me because we focused on things that we can accomplish
Right.
over a 2-year period.
Right.
So it wasn't these big, huge, I mean, there's some big things in here,
Right.
but it's stuff that you can really accomplish, I felt like.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a little bit different apparently than the years before, in that we had input and feedback from the neighborhood associations, all of the department heads in the city, and all of our boards and commissions.
Mm-hmm.
So it was very comprehensive, I felt.
So let's talk a little bit more about these goals that you identified, the 5 goals. Can you share with us what kind of an overview for each of them, or for the first?
Yeah, well, I think the first one is centers around economic development,
Okay.
And trying to diversify the tax base. And this has been a goal of City Council for the past 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
And specifically trying to create economic opportunity for our citizens.
Yeah.
Primary jobs specifically. And again, those are jobs that bring revenues into our community at a higher than average per capita income.
Mm-hmm.
And so you've got projects like the Digital Corridor, the Don Ryan Center for Innovation, and now the Commerce Park, turning towards there and on the recruitment strategy. Because we feel like we've got sort of this missing middle in our economy.
Yeah.
There are a lot of sort of lower wage jobs, and then
Mm-hmm.
we've got a lot of retirees and a lot of higher wage professional jobs.
Right.
But we're missing this middle.
Yeah.
And like we've talked on the show before, it's going to cause I think some negative impacts in the community over time, especially as we see the cost of living continuing to increase.
Right, more of a kind of a division rather than a bringing together.
Right.
Yeah, and let's talk. As we're talking about economic development and the Digital Corridor and the Don Ryan Center for Innovation, you've been a kind of a leader in trying to recognize the need for what some people call the new economy, or jobs in the new economy, which are more knowledge-based, more technology-focused. Can you help our viewers kind of understand how a city or a municipality can help to recruit jobs like that? How does that work?
Yeah, well, I think we've got sort of a 4-point strategy. One is around entrepreneurship, and that's small business cultivation. I think the normal number you hear is about 80% of new job growth comes out of the small business community.
Wow.
And so that's, again, things like Small Business Development Center, SCORE, the Don Ryan Center, the Beaufort Digital Corridor. All of those things seek to help folks who have ideas, who have startup companies, find the resources and tools and capital in some instances to really grow and expand their companies. And
Right.
we hope that they'd want to do that here in Beaufort.
Yeah.
The second part of that is retention and expansion. And so the city, we've reviewed our business license ordinance. So last year we put business licenses online. If you're in accommodations or a hospitality business, you can now pay your local taxes online. We've implemented a new business discount, an early paid discount, and a longevity discount for business owners. We're currently going through and reviewing our permitting process to try to make that more predictable and easy to understand for folks who are developing. So we have a responsibility to make it not necessarily easier to do business in the city of Beaufort, but to make it more predictable, to try to shorten the time frame of projects, but also trying to preserve the aesthetic that we love here in Beaufort.
Sure.
And then finally is recruitment, and that's outbound marketing and making sure we have the right type of infrastructure for companies who may want to move their businesses here.
Sure. And for those viewers who don't know, both Nan and Stephen are small business owners here in Beaufort and have been doing business here for a while. So
Yes.
you have firsthand experience on
Yes.
how that works. So thank you for sharing your insights. So let's talk about some of the other goals. In addition to economic development, you obviously touched on a number of other things.
Yeah, so one of our second goal is to maintain a proactive communications plan.
Uh-huh.
So we've got a lot of great things going on in the city, and
Right.
whether it's the Boundary Street project, which is on time and relatively on budget, a $32 million capital improvement project.
Right.
We've got a great infill project with Duke Street. We've got great things going on downtown. We've got great things going on in economic development. But when you talk with citizens, a lot of folks don't know exactly what we've got going on with the city. And I think there has been a shift away from maybe traditional newspaper, traditional media outlets. My family's a perfect example of we've cut the cable, we've cut the cord.
Yeah.
So we don't watch local news stations
Yeah.
anymore.
Right.
So where do our citizens get the information that the city needs to put out to them?
Right.
And so that's social media, things like WHHI, press releases. So we're going to try to have more of an organized, focused strategy to let our folks know exactly what we're doing great, but to also get feedback so that we can find out what we can do better.
Right. Communication is a two-way street.
Right.
Absolutely.
And I think with the Public Information Office, which we don't have right now, I think it'll be a good step forward to communicate. And I think we really found out during Hurricane Matthew that social media
Yes.
was the key, was what everyone went to. Not the newspapers, it was social media,
Right.
where they really found out the information. So it's something I think we need to work on, but we'll get to it eventually.
Yeah, Nan, you've been at the forefront of communicating via social media,
Yeah.
So we all appreciate
Well, I have
that.
as well as Stephen. We both have.
Yes.
There's a joke on council now that we're the two social media, people.
Experts. Well, fantastic. We need to take a quick break, but if y'all stick around for one more segment of 843 TV here in the City of Beaufort.